It's Friday, the 27th of February, 2026. Welcome to the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
Sean, 5 stories in 5 minutes, and a reminder once again that if you are listening on Spotify and listening through the Your Daily Drive playlist, then please hit follow on this podcast. Do it right now, because that playlist is about to disappear and it will get harder to find the Fast Five. So please, if you want to keep listening to us, hit follow on it today. Story number 1, Sean, Qantas has unveiled a record underlying profit of $1.5 billion for the December half. That is 5% higher than a year earlier. It'll buy back $150 million worth of shares. The national carrier said there is continuing strong demand for travel, though the international outlook is a little bit problematic, and that sent its share price down 9.2%. Earnings from the international division fell 6% amid intense competition, high operational costs, and weak demand for the US.
It's been quite a turnaround under CEO Vanessa Hudson, with the carrier's customer satisfaction scores having rebounded. Staff engagement is better. That's, of course, compared to 2023, the last few months of Alan Joyce doing that job. But as the share price reaction shows, there is still plenty of work to do. Just a note there, Qantas is up about 120% since October 2023. So it's done really well. More to go. Jetstar, which Hudson used to run, had a strong half. Basically, they got new planes. People like flying in new planes. Also, they're cheaper, less fuel, lower maintenance costs, generally better utilisation. That was the standout for Qantas.
So the risk of oversimplifying it then, Sean, is the trick for Qantas domestic and international just to roll out new planes? Because you mentioned Alan Joyce. He famously underinvested in new aircraft.
Yeah, I mean, that is exactly it. They need new planes, but they need the money for that because they're expensive. Also, the international division is tricky. 50 international carriers operating in Australia. That's hard. Hudson is hoping that the frequent flyer program will help on that front. She changed some of the rules around status credits yesterday. But if they can get newer planes on long-haul international flights, the cost base could be about 25% lower.
Okay. Moving on to story number 2 now, Sean. The local share market set another new record yesterday as a bunch of better than expected results pushed the market higher. The S&P ASX 200 rose 0.5% to 9,175.3 points after earlier touching an intraday record north of 9,200 points. Tech stocks led the way after Nvidia's big result on Wall Street yesterday morning.
Pretty remarkable how equities are going generally. The British FTSE 100, the main index there, new high yesterday on the back of banks and miners doing well. Euro Stoxx 500, so the top 500 companies across Europe, also at a record level. Wall Street not quite at a record, but not far off it. Equity markets are on a tear at the moment, Michael.
Indeed. Story number 3, plenty going on in politics, Sean, particularly in the exciting world of tax policy. Yesterday, Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers wouldn't comment on whether the government is considering dropping the capital gains tax concession for property investors from 50% down to 33%. But, Sean, you've got to say the drums on that one are getting louder.
Yeah, definitely. On ABC Radio National yesterday, all Chalmers would say is that he's considering options for the budget. Now, media reports say Treasury is working up an option to cut the concessional tax rate from 50 to 33%, looking at it, applying it retrospectively, which means if you have a home loan now, you'll get hit by it. Commonwealth Bank boss Matt Comyn, he knows a little bit about home lending. He came out and said he's not against reducing the discount, but it shouldn't be done retrospectively. Also, while talking about Chalmers, he said he's still negotiating with the Greens to push through the new rules around super tax. They went through the House last year, but it's still to go through the Senate, still need the Green support.
Story number 4, Sean, consider yourself warned. Mobile phones around the country will blast out a 10-second siren in late July as part of a national test of Australia's new emergency warning system.
The $132 million Oz Alert system will come online in October, and of course, we need to test it. Monday, July 27, 2 p.m, Australian Eastern Standard Time. An alert will be sent to all compatible mobile phones, which is the vast majority, and we're going to have a 10-second siren. Ouch. Have a thought, or give some thought to all those puppy dogs out there. They're not going to enjoy it.
They will not know what hits them. Okay, that was story number 4. One last one, Sean. Story number 5, a serious one here. The US Justice Department withheld documents from files related to Jeffrey Epstein that allege Donald Trump sexually assaulted a minor. More than 50 pages were discovered to be missing from the files that contain notes from several interviews the FBI conducted with a woman in 2019 who claimed she was abused by Trump and Epstein decades earlier when she was about 13 years old.
Revelation came as 2 other high-profile men took steps to limit the fallout from the files, according to the Fin Review. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers said he'd resigned from his prestigious teaching role at Harvard University, and billionaire Microsoft founder Bill Gates apologised to staff at his philanthropic foundation for drawing them into the scandal.
Okay, there we go. The top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thanks, Michael.
It's Friday, the 27th of February, 2026. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, as I mentioned at the start of the show. And if 5 minutes isn't enough for you, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast 5 Business News by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.